Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, search continues for clues in woman's disappearance 38 years ago. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9, Ray Brewer.
Sale is going on right now at Lovely Volvo Cars.
For the first time ever, we have 3 SUVs in our model lineup that are sure to meet all your needs.
From the classic 7-passenger Volvo XC90 to
Tuesday, investigators were back looking for clues in the disappearance of Denise Deneau, who vanished nearly 38 years ago.
Today, a variety of different types of equipment will be used to actually do some digging and excavating out there.
The Attorney General's office declining to say exactly what they hope to find.
Any evidence related to the disappearance of Denise Deneau.
The 25-year-old divorced mother of 2 was last seen in June of 1980 in Manchester when she went out socializing. Last November, investigators were searching the same area based on an anonymous tip.
Nothing of substance was discovered last year. It's simply a large wooded area, so that's why we're going back out again today.
Deneau also lived in close proximity to Terry Rasmussen, who was known as Bob Evans during his time in Manchester. Officials believe Rasmussen was responsible for at least 6 murders, including the killing of 4 people whose bodies were found in Allenstown. But as far as Rasmussen being connected to Deneau's disappearance,
there's no evidentiary connection between the two. The only reason that there's been talk about a connection is because the interest in the Rasmussen case is what resulted in the renewed investigation into the Denise Deneau case.
The Attorney General's office is not saying how large an area they are searching or in how many spots, only that last November's search using dogs did identify particular areas of interest. But they add that no new information has been coming in because of the recent publicity. Rather, the search is the result of accumulated information.
It's been based on different investigative avenues, different information that we've gathered over the years that's led to the interest in this area.
Strozen says it's possible investigators could be back tomorrow or even longer. It all depends on what they find today. Reporting live in Manchester, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Mattapan shooting victim dies. Police investigation. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
At Mahoney's, we understand the importance of crafting beautiful outdoor spaces. This spring, let us help bring beauty into your home and garden.
Erica, good afternoon. Yes, one man shot and another looks like a shooter who got away. Take a look behind me. It happened at this house here on Evelyn Street in Mattapan. You can see officers and detectives still on the porch, but they now know that no one is still in this house. This happened at around 10:40 this morning, police say. And when we walked up, police were just coming out of the house with battering rams and shields. They'd gone into the house after reports that a man had been shot in the upper torso. That man went to the hospital in serious condition. There were some initial reports that the shooter might be a woman, but police have not confirmed that. They do, however, say that at this point, no one is in custody. Here's what the superintendent-in-chief had to say a few minutes ago.
Again, too many guns on the street. We all need each other's help in making sure we have the safest neighborhoods possible. So if anyone, again, has seen anything, please contact us.
No reports that anyone saw the shooter fleeing in this case. The neighbors on this street tell us that the people who live in that house are unlike most of the other neighbors and that they've been here for a relatively short amount of time. Neighbors say they don't know the people that live there. Police say this might be a domestic situation. Again, one man shot in the upper torso and a shooter still on the loose. Live.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Maine Superior Court. Sorry about that. Maine Superior Court to hear motion to remove prosecutors from Sharon Carlow murder case. Sorry about that, everyone. A motion to disqualify prosecutors involved in the Sharon murder trial will be heard by the Maine Supreme Court. Sharon and Julo are charged with depraved indifference murder in the death of their 10-year-old daughter, Marissa. Sharon defense attorney Chris claims prosecutors used illegal subpoena to obtain confidential records on his client. The trial The trial judge denied the request to remove prosecutors from the case in April. McLean told WMTW media partner WABI that he then asked the Maine Supreme Court for permission to appeal the trial judge's ruling. Monday night, the High Court agreed to hear the appeal. McLean said this is an unusual development as it is very rare to get permission from the Maine Superior Court to purpose an appeal in the middle of a case. He said the Maine Attorney General's office opposed the request and filed a motion asking for the appeal to be dismissed. An oral agreement in schedule at the Maine Superior Court in Portland is for June 12th at 1:30 p.m. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Tuesday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market right now. Dow drops about 200 points, snaps 8-day winning streak after interest rates surge. U.S. stocks dropped sharply on Tuesday after Home Depot reported quarterly sales that fell short of Wall Street's expectation and interest rates breached new highs. North Korea threatens to withdraw from summit with Trump report. North Korea is threatening to cancel its upcoming summit between leader Kim Jong-un and President Donald Trump over South Korea-U.S. military drills. South Korea news agency reported, citing North Korea state media. North Korea also had canceled high-level talks with South Korea that were scheduled for Wednesday local time over those same drills, according to South Korea news agency. The summit between the American and North Korea leader was first announced in March, and Trump tweeted the scheduled date, June 12th, and location Singapore last week. 3 Americans that were held in North Korea for more than a year each were released last week in what was seen by many as a gesture of goodwill before the scheduled summit. The U.S. has not heard from North Korea and is still planning for the summit to go ahead. State Department spokesperson Heather Nauert said. As the U.S. has done on multiple previous occasions, Nauert defined the exercises as legal, planned well in advance and not provocative. Separately, a senior State Department official told reporters the U.S. and South Korea were in touch a short while ago, but referred questions on that to South Korea. That official confirmed that there's been no contact with North Korea. In a statement, the White House said, "We are aware of the South Korea media report. The United States will look at what North Korea has said independently and continue to coordinate closely with our allies." And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Tuesday evening, and I'm sorry about the allergies and me sneezing on air tonight. I hope you have a wonderful night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with another newscast. I'll have a news report later on this evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.